And hello, everyone. Welcome back to FPL in the Trenches, Frontline Prediction League in the Trenches, Frontline League over on X, Frontline Prediction League on YouTube, right here. Like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I'm your co-host, Scott. Joining me, as always, is my dog right beside me. Miley is right here, and she is being very sweet. But also BeerMe. BeerMe, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Scott. It's really hot here today, but other than that, I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Tired as all hell. We literally just talked for almost an hour about just how things are going. So,
hmm
nothing bad, but just busy and stressed and tired and ready for a fun, hopefully fun weekend wrestling show that is in the middle of the day on Saturday. As you can see there, June 28th. Um, I'm going to segue into it. It is 1 p.m. Eastern, guys. The pre-show we have confirmed is 2 hours. So that's 11 a.m. with a 10 a.m. deadline. 10 a.m. Eastern deadline. That's cool, though, because the picks page is out right now. Go put your picks in as you want right now. It will probably be after 10 p.m. by the time you see this on Thursday. You can put your picks in right now, though. You could have put them in after Monday's Raw, so it is available for you. We're going to run down the card with some additions and plus stuff going forward because next weekend is clear. The one after, though, like the 12th and that, is a 3-show weekend. Ow. So we're going to figure that out. We're going to have a lot of stuff for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. But let's dive in, Bear Me, because even though we talked a lot, we're tired. Bear Me, we're both tired. We're both tired. So we're going to knock through this pretty quick. We have talked about things a fair bit. We got our final rundown, though. Daisy Knoll versus Redhead 12 for the FPL World Championship. Daisy in her third reign. Red looking for her first. I am leaning toward Red on that one. I am biased, but I think Red has this one sewn up. I just feel like it's going to happen. You still thinking on Daisy, though? It's hard to bet against Daisy, admittedly.
Yeah, I think Daisy's gonna win.
Okay. We got the Canadian Championship, me, with my requested rematch against Eddie Chairshot Wood, and that is total breaking kayfabe. Had the -5 not happened to Eddie, he would have retained in a draw, which might have gotten me a rematch of its own accord, but when you go further, I think the draw with Watson rules, he actually had the first bonus. So he would have beaten me technically. So that would have been it. So I'm like, is it even mine? Legitimately, let alone character wise. So yeah, I gotta win this. I'm pretty confident on the show. Not gonna lie, going in, like some of the stuff seems pretty obvious, but you never know with these Saudi shows,
Mm.
right? But who you got, me or
hmm
Eddie?
I'm gonna go with Eddie.
So you don't think Red and I are gonna have belts at the end of the night? Okay,
I
I
think
see it.
match the
I see
night's
it.
not in for a good night
Oh, fair enough.
or
Fair enough.
day, I should say.
Day, that's true, that's true. What is 8 p.m.
Day.
local time for the show? I know that. Out in Saudi. I think it's
Right.
supposed to be that, so yeah, yeah. How about the American Championship? GMSG is going to retain, I presume, right? That's your choice over Jackson Myrtle. Death match by taxes?
I hope so. But Jackson Merle's tough, man.
You could take it.
It's one of those guys that I always think's gonna be like, is that's gonna have a belt, and he eventually will. But hopefully it's not here.
It might be at his
You
expense.
know.
We might see, we might see.
Yeah.
We do have the Tag Team Championship as well. The FPL Continental Tag Team Champions. In round one of the tournament, the Reaction, Jonathan C.T. Martin and Luke Gray, defend against Diamond Syndicate, RGX returning, and or Stella. I do think Reaction will keep it, but we could easily have an upset of the challengers winning the titles, and then I talked about this last time. They might lose them in round two or keep them all the way. Like this is obviously the favorite team, the champions, just by virtue of that. But it could all get upended here real quick. What's your thoughts on this? Who's going to round two as champions?
I think it's gonna be Diamond Syndicate. I think they're gonna do it.
You think so? Okay, we'll talk about that next with who they face next. I do believe that this is the bracket. We'll talk about that as we go more, obviously. But Hell's Kitchen, Mac and Cheese, and Lucifer are facing the Kings of the Ring, Bash and a Broken Nerd. If you recall, Bash and a Broken Nerd were trios champions and lost them to Hell's Kitchen with the GMSG involved and Monkey Bong, obviously, with FBU and health code violations. So Mac and Cheese and Lucifer have a win over Bash and a Broken Nerd already with
Oh.
titles on the line. Not tag, though, and I still feel that the Kings are probably the best team. Even better than Messy Good Guys, no offense, but I still think Kings Ring were better. Um, Not by much. They're two of the best teams, obviously, but I'm leaning Hell's Kitchen. I think they're going to do it again. You're going to go with the Kings, though, right?
I'm gonna go with the Kings, but
Yeah.
I feel like this is whatever Hell's Kitchen like has a match, they're always facing the Kings, so it's like I can't pick them. So like if they could face somebody else one of these days, I would
Well,
love to pick them.
round 2, we might find out. We'll get there. We'll get there. The
Mm.
Light of the Cult, Danny Light Jordison and Kurt Cult will face Monster Mash, El Cid, and Memories. I do like Light of the Cult on this one. I see them going to round 2. And these
I'm gonna go with the
drawn at random, these pairings as well. So that's part of the fun.
I'm gonna go with Monster Mash.
Okay, and how about the last one here? Probably the other best team if you want to get to a third. The Call of the Mountains. Sheriff Dog and Mark Harper going up against the Round Table. Rallentando and Captain Cruelix Blackwell. That's a tough one. It's tough to bet against Rallentando and Cap. I'm kind of leaning that, actually. No offense, Sheriff. I mean, the curse will come in again. But I think that Rallentando Captain team, I think they're going to get it. Cap with his debut video promo. Go check it out in our Discord. Again, links are down below for that kind of stuff.
Pretty good. Pretty good stuff.
Yeah, so I'm leaning on Cap on that one, but Cap and Ral. Who you got?
I'm gonna pick the Call.
Pick the Call. You don't bet against them often, so there you go.
I don't. They're steady. They're steady.
How about this one? We do have the FPL European Grand Prix Championship. It is Atlas Kiyama defending against the Arbiter. Sentimental favorite for you there with the Arbiter. I'm picking Atlas, but I presume you've got Arbiter.
I want him to. I want him to win the title. Let's go with Arbiter. Yeah.
BeerMe, who do you think is going to win? You or Monkey Bung?
Man, I'm gonna go with myself, but Monkey Bong just keeps doing Monkey Bong things and winning.
And watching In the Trees podcast, as he says.
Yeah.
And is watching and hunting, and even we say it all the time, like our characters are different than our characters. Like obviously Scott and BeerMe characters hate each other, so it's not the same. So him breaking the wall and talking about that even is very funny to me, and I like it a lot. But
it's good stuff.
I don't bet against you often, BeerMe, but maybe Monkey Bong's got it. Maybe I need to pick Monkey Bong. Maybe I should.
You might.
Maybe I.
You probably should.
You know what? I'm gonna. I picked Monkey Bong to beat BeerMe. Let's see what happens there. Let's see what happens now. Also, let's see what his promo is. He'll probably be upset that I caved to whatever and didn't stand up for myself. But I got a funny feeling. It's also like you have weird luck on these shows, I find. So you might falter and he capitalizes.
I either do really well or really bad.
Well, let's keep going. We got Pushino versus Wookie. I'm kind of leaning Pushino, I think. I've been waffling on that one, but I'm leaning Pushino here.
Yeah, I think I am too.
All right, we got the kickoff show with a lot on here, and I think we have a match or two to announce as well. Actually, no, I've got Great American Bash. I think the whole thing is announced here, unless you've got something to announce for it. But Jonathan,
everything's announced.
Perfect. Jonathan Monroe versus Will Colt. I'm leaning Colt on that one. That's tough, though. Perfect opportunity for Jonathan Monroe to go up against someone who just challenged for the world title and beat him.
You know what? I am going to pick Jonathan Monroe.
Okay. Best of 5 match 1. Hardcore match. Gaffer versus Supreme Rock. I'm leading Gaffer. Just off.
I'm going to go with the Rock.
Okay.
Supreme Rock.
Cam Popplestone versus Hiroshi Moses. Mr. Money in the Bank. I got Cam.
You know what? Give me the guy that won the Money in the Bank. He's on a roll. Can't.
That's fair. I mean, really, yeah, he is, yeah. James Blake versus JJ Rocky. Blake.
James Blake.
Hunter Williams versus Jut Jut. Hunter. Matt Zion to Mark Steele. Matt Zion. It's Matt Zion. I don't not. Marcus makes sense. Marcus, yeah. Matt Zion is not like a solid bet, and you will lose money. But I gotta do it. You got Mark?
I'm gonna go with Mark Steele.
Okay. Aiden Mack versus Payne.
Oh shit.
I got Aiden.
Give Payne. I'm gonna go with Payne.
Okay. 3J Platinum versus Eli. I like Eli actually.
Eli.
Yeah. CM Carlito versus Kevin Dynamite. Kevin.
Yep.
Omega G versus Papa Snooch. I think Omega's got this one. He's gonna win this one. He's looking for that win. I think he might have one win, maybe not, but he's gonna get this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Omega G.
And there are question marks. That's not because we have stuff to announce. Just if people put their picks in and haven't been listed, they will get a match. So there we go. Again, your picks page is right here. Deadline 10 a.m. Eastern. That's goddamn 7 a.m. Eastern for you Pacific people out there. And that's why CT's always so thrilled to be involved in these ones. So it's funny. Let's move on. We got the Great American Bash following up from that. Boom, there it is. The Great American Bash is going to be July 12th. It is the first of the shows. I got a 2:30 time on here. We'll have more solid time on that one because I don't know how long the pre-show is going to be or whatever, but I do believe it's an afternoon show, just like All In, so we'll have specifics on those, but that picks page will be up after NXT Tuesday, like the 8th or 10th or whatever it is, leading up to the 12th, to the 9th, or yeah. But right now, we do know that the European Grand Prix Championship will be defended. We're not going to go through the full specifics. We got 2 weeks for that. But it will be Arbiter or Aiden versus Broken Nerd. So if you think Arbiter's winning...
Or Atlas.
I said Aiden, forgive me. He was a former champion. Arbiter or Atlas, yes. Yeah. AAA. Arbiter or Atlas, they face Broken Nerd. So you think Nerd's going to win no matter who gets there, right?
Yes.
I'm inclined on that one as well, a little bit, but it's NXT. I'm going to go with the upset. No matter who it is, Nerd does not win because FBU has NXT problems sometimes.
That is true.
That's actually a little bit outdated because you've actually been good at the most recent set of NXTs. But I'm maintaining that theology here. The Global Triad Championship. Monkey Bong. Here we go. Monkey Bong, Mac and Cheese, and Lucifer, who... 2 of those might advance in the tournament, are facing me, Red, and Bane the Bissa. Red could be world champion, and I could still have my Canadian title, and we're going after that. We could literally, Red and I could have 4 belts altogether when you put those trios titles in there as well. 4, championship belts. But health code violation is a problem, and I'm confident, but it's NXT, and I had trouble with them sometimes too. But I gotta pick us. I do. No offense, Monkey Bong. Actually, no, full offense, Monkey Bong. No, you're a good competitor. There's going to be a proper promo. Don't worry. You're going to get a proper promo out of me sooner than later where I call you out fully as it's supposed to be. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, he even wants, the Pangea Championship, I think, but he wants, the Canadian or whatever it is. We'll find out probably within 24 hours when he puts a promo out in response to this. And we'll see how that goes. But I'm confident on that one. We'll move on, though, BeerMe. We got the Gaffer versus Supreme Rock. Match 2, Watson rules. I'm thinking Supreme Rock for that one.
I'm going to go with the Gaffer.
So we're flip-flopping on those. Okay. We do have a Boot Camp Hardcore match. Gold Rush, all caps. I will always make fun of CT for that, but I love it. That's why. It's the New Japan style, Japanese style, actually, but Jonathan C.T. Martin, Luke Gray, and El Hijo del Caballo Dorado, yes, versus Chilltown, Ralantando and Hiroshi Moses, and Jonathan Monroe. I'm going with Gold Rush, the new team. Who have you got?
Yep, 100%.
How about this? I got ahead of myself. It is Aiden Mack versus Matt Zion for the number one contendership at the European title. Maybe that was me.
Aiden.
My brain was saying to pick Aiden, but I'm picking Matt. It's NXT. I really shouldn't pick Matt on NXTs. AEW, right. Yes. NXT, no. But I'm still picking that. But subconsciously, my brain was saying Aiden, so there you go. Daisy Knoll versus Kevin Dynamite. Daisy. Jackson Myrtle, could be U.S. champ, versus Mark Steele. Kind of like Jackson on that one. And then Hunter Williams versus Sheriff Dog. Kind of leaning Hunter on that.
Sheriff Dog.
Oh, there you go. We got question marks. Let's fill those in, BeerMe. I have 2 matches, one on the kickoff and one on the main show. What have you got to announce for it?
I have 2 kickoff and 1 main show.
Well, let's do one of your kickoff, and we'll go over to me. We'll alternate, and you'll have your last one there. So what's one of your kickoff matches?
All right, I have Monster Mash, El Cid, Memories, and Wookie taking on Team Legends. 3J Platinum, Jut, and Rab. I
like it. Rab's been on a roll. I'm picking that team.
Yeah, I'm going Rab. Rab's team, yep. Rab won the 30, so you gotta roll with Rab.
Exactly. How about this one?
Roll Rab.
Eli versus Eddie Chairshot Wood on the kickoff.
Eddie.
Non-title if he is Canadian champion, which I will try to make sure is not the case.
I'm going to pick Eddie.
I'm kind of leaning Eddie on that one, just based on, I'm facing him. I got to talk him up a little bit there. What's your other kickoff show match?
I have Captain Krulix Blackwell taking on JJ Rocky.
Ooh, could be trios champ there. I got to go with Cap.
Yeah, I do too.
How about this main show match? James Blake versus Danny the Light Jordison. This could be a huge upset for Danny. And I'm kind of leaning on that. I really am. I'm manifesting. Nothing against Blake,
Yeah.
but like that would be an awesome win, and I want it. And it's the one where if I don't pick it, it happens. But I'm picking it.
Right.
I'm picking it.
I'll go with you.
I never bet against Blake, but something I'm like, it's a house show too. But I'm like, ooh, I got a funny feeling. It's just, you know what I mean? So yeah. What's your last main show match to announce?
I have Pushino taking on X.
Pushino.
I'm gonna go with X.
Okay. Let's move on to All In Texas. I think we're just calling it All In. I'm not even 100% on that one in our chronology and whatnot. Yeah, this is All In 2025. So All In is also at like 3 in the afternoon on July 12th. Same goddamn day and everything. So boom, there you go. We do have the world title. We don't even know who it's going to be yet. We got the Canadian title. Whoever that is, me or Eddie versus Rab in the Watson rules, because he did win the tournament like BeerMe mentioned. The American title, whoever that is, versus Aiden Mack, who literally could win the European contendership. Not title, but contendership. So that's GMSG or Jackson facing Aiden. Mm-hmm. The tag titles, tournament round 2, which will be the champions, whomever they are, versus the other side of the bracket, and then the other half of the bracket, and the other side of the bracket's also there. Gaffer and Supreme Rock match 3 is Iron Man. And I'm back to Gaffer on that, I think.
I go Supreme Rock.
See, we're flip-flopping on that. It's kind of funny. No other matches announced, so let's do that, BeerMe. I don't even know what I have to announce yet. Let's see. What have I got?
I have one.
I have one match. It is a tag team match. It is Atlas Kiyama and Will Colt of Gold Rush versus Daisy Knoll and Jonathan Monroe. That is a good match. And I don't bet against Daisy. I'm picking Daisy and Jonathan.
I'll pick that as well.
Even though Atlas and Will Colt is a goddamn good team, too.
It's a really good
like,
team.
In theory, both of them are in theory. I don't know if they actually teamed up yet, but I think they might have once or here, but not as Gold Rush, at least. So,
right.
Daisy and Jonathan is my pick for that. What's your match?
I have one that we have seen before, but I like it. It's Eli taking on Hunter Williams.
Hunter. Just off the cuff, I think Hunter.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to go with Hunter.
Okay. Let's scroll through, because we got stuff for Evolution as well. At least I think I do. I got an Evolution match. CT will probably have this graphic updated in a little bit, but there we go. There's Evolution. Actually, they haven't put a graphic up for it yet. That's why it's still the old one. That one's 6:30 Eastern. I think that's local. It's probably an 8 o'clock show or 7 o'clock show, meaning odds are a 2-hour pre-show, so like a 4 or 5 o'clock deadline during the other shows. Well, that's Sunday, so that's its own day, so keep that in mind. But still, it is Evolution. It is Sunday. The picks page will be up in 2 weeks. It's all good. But the first match is at least we do have Camp Opplestone versus Will Colt. That is announced currently. And it's so far out, I don't know who we're thinking on that one yet. But I can also announce that the GMSG will face Jonathan C.T. Martin in a Road Warrior Street Fight hardcore match. I don't know what that is. It sounds like a fully cinematic match, like on the road. Like the Blacktop Bully versus Dustin Rhodes that WWE Vault put up recently, or WCW Vault put up, which was in the back of a truck and awesome for all the wrong reasons, but that's why it was good. I don't know if that's the plan, but I'm sure CT's got something in mind for that write-up. But I'm picking CT for that, for just because. I don't remember being against GMSG, but that's enough of a stipulation to make me go, they go with CT. How about you? You're picking GMSG. Obviously, you're biased.
Yes.
Yes. What's your match?
I have Hunter Williams taking on 3J Platinum.
I'm picking Hunter for everything tonight. Which is making you second guess it, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick 3J.
Okay. Well, that's all we got, guys. I think, right? You didn't have anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Night of Champions is this weekend, guys. It's right there. Put your picks in. For anybody new, because there's always somebody new coming in. It's awesome. We do appreciate that. Please check out the Impact live event results are over. Obviously, by this point, it's 10-10, but go into our Discord, character chat, whatnot, all the fun stuff there. If you think John Cena's going to win and you top lock it, you put your 6 on that one, you can't use 6 again. So if you think Jacob Fatu is going to win, the most you can go to is 5, and you put your 5 on that. And Cody and Randy, I don't know that one, but you know what? I think Sami Zayn's going to win that. Oh, but he should be a 6. Oh, no, I doubled up. Now I'm going to lose stuff. Don't double up. Pick something different, and you're good to go for that, okay? Please put your picks in for that one. We do understand, though, it's Saudi. And for some reason, I mean, it shouldn't be a surprise, but Saudi is once again dealing with stuff going on with Iran and all the craziness going on in the Middle East. It's almost like it's the Middle East, and I've heard that kind of thing almost all my life. So there's controversy on it, but beyond that, we understand what the whole Khashoggi thing from originally and just their whole regime, whatever. You do not need to participate in this. It is not a main show of that type. It is a main show as far as we're concerned for normal stuff, but if you skip it, you are not penalized. You do not have to be part of this. Zero obligation. We like 100%. So you can skip it. We understand. We have some people that do, and more power to them. The other ones coming up next week, all 3 of those, well, there's house shows, and then All In is the main show, so that's the big one. But put your picks in for all the stuff, especially if you're not on this one. Please be on those ones because story beats. We can keep stuff going. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun with it. So there you go. But yeah, this show again is like a 10 a.m. Eastern deadline, guys. 10 a.m. Eastern on Saturday. Okay, so if you're watching SmackDown, if you're watching it live on Netflix, it's gonna be in the afternoon as well. But put your picks in, please. Do not miss out. We don't want to have to worry about stuff at 10 in the morning. That's going to be a ridiculous breakfast for us booking teams. So please get your picks in for that, guys. We'll appreciate it. BeerMe, anything else you want to say to people before we go?
Just good luck to everybody, and make sure you get your picks in.
Sounds good, guys. It is, again, right here. Oop, I had the wrong thing up the whole time. Great American Bash. There it is. Night of Champions. There it is. It is, again, Frontline League right here on YouTube. Frontline Prediction League here on YouTube, rather. Frontline League over on X. Do like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We do appreciate that. And, yeah. Thanks again, everybody. Have a good night.